Welcome to Line Trading, going over today's SPY recap and live analysis before taking a look at what to be watching tomorrow. So today we had a super choppy day. As you can see right here, just no volume whatsoever. And we are within this right here. You can see how we are forming this wedge here as well, which we will go over in just a minute. But first thing that I explained in the pre-market brief for Discord members was to be watching for this inverse head and shoulder that we're starting to form right here, and to see if we can start to grab this liquidity right here and complete that cup. Now, we could not get that continuation quite yet. You see right here, we formed that resistance. However, we are still building this possible inverse head and shoulder right there, and can still be forming that shoulder to form that larger cup. But we did not have enough volume to do that today, and we also could not head down because we were unable to get below this level that I explained right here, and we were still above this 5-day moving average right here. So no reason to really be necessarily targeting a short unless you start to see the structure forming, right? We have that inverse cup here as well, but you can see we never formed that resistance. And then at that level right there, you would want to have seen the same thing with that 5-day moving average if we were to head down and start forming something like that. So now here on the 1-minute chart, going over the microstructure and algorithms, you can see right here in the morning, right, we just have this chop. Now I explained that we did have PMI here at 945, and to be mindful of that, maybe that would give us some volatility, and we just continue to chop right here. Now I did explain, right, to be looking for this head and shoulder right here, and if we started to see this, it could head down. But when it's time to form that inverse cup, right, we lack this handle right here. We never see that continuation. We can't even test these lows right here. And then same thing right here with this inverse cup as well. You do not see that handle form. We try to, right? You almost see that inverse cup and something like that, but it does not form, and you continue to see the controlled selling within the blue and yellow, and how we have these inverse head and shoulders right here, but these are not much of anything either. You see that cup close right here, and when it's time to form the handle, we are unable to do so, and we once again do not see that continuation that I talked about, grabbing this liquidity to the upside right here. You see that we form resistance and cannot do that right here. We instead form this triple top. So once again, after this fail right here, and we see that move to the upside, grabbing that shoulder right here, we close this cup once again. And when it's time to form this handle right here with blue and yellow, you see that we cannot build that. We cannot get above this resistance right here, and we start to form this inverse cup and handle, as you can see right here with this head and shoulder. Grab that shoulder right here as well, and there is this handle, but even here I just was not interested in it. I wanted to see this cup close and how it reacted to this level right here. And you can see, right, we just do not form a clean handle, and we just start to see this chop. Now at this point right here on the 30-minute chart, I'm explaining, right, if you're looking to short this, you still need to see us back below this level right here. Ultimately, that white one, right, we did get below this, but we were unable to get below that white one, and ultimately continue closing that inverse cup. And then same thing to the upside right here. We were looking for us to form that shoulder, which we did not do. We tried to here closer to the end of the day, but just not enough steam behind it. But back to the 1-minute chart now. So with that chop that I was explaining and no continuation with aggressive sellers below this level right here, I explained you had to be paying attention to this tapering that was starting to form right here, as well as this liquidity that was building, and how we could start to form this inverse head and shoulder. Now it is still very slow and takes quite some time to build this right here. And then you see this handle with that yellow and blue controlled selling right here. Same thing, you have that yellow and blue controlled selling, but the risk to reward here is just not worth it. What is this, like a 20-cent move? Now, right here, I explained that if we were able to start seeing some volume come in with this inverse head and shoulder, you never know if some sort of breakout starts to form, right? Look for this cup to close right here. We have liquidity to grab right here, and you could see something like that starting to form with this blue and yellow, and you could see that continuation, right, that we are talking about above here for that inverse head and shoulder, but it did not form, and you see how we remain within this pink algorithm right here the rest of the day. But now it is time to go over what to be watching into tomorrow and the next few days. So we still have this yellow algorithm right here that you can see, as well as this blue, and you can see that we are still within this right here. If we do want to form that inverse head and shoulder, continue closing that cup right here. Maybe we build a handle with that yellow and blue once again, and we get that continuation with that purple buying continuation that you see has brought us up all this way right here. Same thing, right? You see the purple buying continuation. Now, for that to happen, right, you see how we are within this green algorithm right here, and we are continuing to see this buying, same algorithm right here with that inverse head and shoulder within the green. So be watching this again, right, to see if we get that, and then with that purple continuing to bring us higher. Now, if this is going to head down right here, be paying attention to this right here. If we form possibly a double top and then start to form that right here, you'll want to see that inverse cup down to this 5-day moving average, and that needs to turn into resistance if we do start heading down right here, grabbing that liquidity. Now, in the case that we were to head lower again, right, say we opened with a gap down tomorrow, pay attention if this was to form right here, and you start to see it head up and grab that liquidity off of that 5-day moving average instead of turning it to resistance and continuing to head down. Now, here on the daily chart, with that 5-day moving average, it is still trending up along with this upper Bollinger. So not really the conditions still to be looking for a short, as I've been mentioning, but you can start to see maybe a move back to that upper Bollinger, start to see some upside as long as we are above that 5-day moving average. And if we are below and things change, well, we can look for that and to see if we can hold these highs right here again, or if we do need to retest that 20-day moving average. Now, all that being said, we do have news later in the week along with 6 Fed speakers on Thursday, so if we do remain in some sort of range right here ahead of them, I could see that up here towards these all-time highs. Just have to be prepared for it. Now, in the case, right, that we do see a breakdown or a breakout of it, that is fine. Just have to trade as the structure demands, and we will see where it heads. But thank you everyone for watching, and I will see members in the morning.